You may have heard the term groove. Basically, the groove is a range you can steer your boat upwind without the negative impact on the velocity made good, VMG. Depending on the sail shape and the sea condition, the groove upwind can be from a couple of degrees to as wide as 5 to 10 degrees. A rounder luff entry has a wider groove that takes the pressure off the helmsman, especially when the sea is choppy, but at the expense of the pointing ability. The best way to find your upwind sailing groove is steering to the luff telltales with both jib and mainsail trimmed for beating. We started sailing lower than the groove and reaching with the leeward telltale stalled, gradually headed up until the leeward telltales started streaming aft. For about 8 degrees, both leeward and windward telltale streamed aft constantly with the speed over the ground SOG staying around 6.5 to 7 knots, and the apparent wind angle AWA from 45 to 37 degrees, until the windward telltale started to lift around 34 degrees with SOG dropped to 6.3 knots. This reached the high end of the groove. Continuing to steer higher led to the windward telltale stalled and losing speed. To power up for the acceleration, sail in the lower end of the groove just before the leeward telltale stalled. To point high, sail in the high end of the groove, keeping the windward telltale between streaming aft and lifting 45 degrees. This steering groove is very wide. The boat didn't point high with the apparent wind angle around 30 degrees and the true wind around 50 degrees. In order to point higher while maintaining the max speed, sails need to be flatter, less draft with a flatter entry, overall draft aft and less twist in the leech. You may have noticed that we have the double reefed main with the true wind of only 10 knots. However, the Genoa 349 still reached its whole speed in reaching. Likely, the jib is the main driving force for the speed. We usually reef preemptively to prepare for the wind increasing to 20 plus knots in the afternoon. With the edged sail draft moving further aft with the leech hooked, I normally couldn't flatten the sail as much as I want to depower without adjustable backstay and Cunningham. Okay, thanks for watching today's video. I'll see you in the next one. In the meantime, this is our typical day of summer sailing in the San Francisco Bay.